What's up, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with another mock draft. Today we're going to be doing a full point PPR mock draft from the 106 spot in a 12-team league. We got one QB, two running back, two wide receiver, one tight end, one flex spot. We're going to be hopping into it. If you guys are new to the channel, please hit that like button in the video, hit that subscribe button down below to stick around, hit that comment section down below, and I'll respond as always to all your questions or comments. So yeah, let's get into this video and start this mock draft. Yeah, this will be one of the last mock drafts we do before the actual NFL draft, and then after that, I'll be posting a lot of NFL draft content as the draft uh, takes place. So stick around and stay tuned for all of that good content that'll be coming up. Okay, so let's take a look. In a full point PPR league, I am going to try to stay away from Derrick Henry a little bit more than I normally would. Stefon Diggs is certainly tempting, but honestly, in a full point PPR, I'm considering Derrick Henry, Ezekiel Elliott, and Aaron Jones, basically. I think Aaron Jones is going to get a lot of pass catching work this year. Jamal Williams gone in Green Bay. I think Ezekiel Elliott, he caught 50 passes each of the last two seasons. Could have caught more even with the targets and drops he had last year. If he gets his drops figured out, I think he's a 60, 65 reception back. Derrick Henry has been working on his pass catching skills in the offseason, but he is not a very talented pass catcher. And with a 106 spot, with Davonte Adams gone, there's none of those receivers I'm really considering. I'm honestly probably going to take. It's between Aaron Jones and Ezekiel Elliott to me. This is a tough pick, honestly. The PPR leagues are honestly the harder drafts for me because I have to try to figure out Zeke and Aaron Jones. And then halfway, I'd probably take Derrick Henry, honestly. The scoring format varies a lot to me on which players I'll take. Um, I'm going to take Aaron Jones here. I really do think the pass working is going to be up for him. Thinks he's rated far too low in most formats, so I'm going to take Aaron Jones with my first pick, and we're going to move on. I was about to take Michael Thomas. I really, 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 really was about to take Michael Thomas. Love him this year bouncing back, especially in full point PPR leagues. But there's one guy here who you just cannot pass up if he's still here, and that's Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is a slam dunk pick here, especially in a full point PPR league. Gives you that advantage over all the other tight ends in your league. And I'm going to take him, lock him into that spot. Now I've got Aaron Jones, Travis Kelce. Let's rock. Okay, this is exactly why. Man, this is tough because I'm going to take Julio here. I think he is a huge player in the PPR league. Yeah, I think he is a huge player in the PPR league. Last time he played in his healthy games last year, he was on pace for a 16 game pace for over 100 receptions, 1,600 yards. I think people think he's done or a half step too slow, way too soon. And I mean, look at this. Let's look. Calvin really was taken ahead of Travis Kelce in this league. All these players were taken before Julio Jones. I just don't agree with that personally. I would consider James Robinson here. I think he'll be very involved. But I'm going to take Julio because don't have a receiver yet. And I like a lot of these other running backs. I think I'm going to be able to get when I come back around. So starting Aaron Jones, Julio, Travis Kelce, and Julio Jones. Solid start. I'm really liking this team so far. Let's take a look at who's still available. So at running back, we've got Josh Jacobs, Chris Carson, Kareem Hunt, Melvin Gordon, Chase Edmonds, Myles Gaskin, receiver Mike Evans, Deontay Johnson, Cooper Kupp. Ooh, to me there is a pretty big difference between Mike Evans and everyone else on this list. I would really like to get Josh Jacobs or Chris Carson, but if worst comes to worst, I get Melvin Gordon as my RB2. I wouldn't mind that. So I'm honestly going to take, I want to take Mike Evans here, but I also really want to get Chris Carson. I do think Mike Evans is going to have a big year this year, especially if Antonio Brown does. Antonio Brown is not there currently. I'm going to take Mike Evans, lock those two pass catchers in, and we're going to see what kind of running back we can snag in the next round. Okay, so Melvin Gordon is still available. Chris Carson and Josh Jacobs were drafted. Najee Harris was drafted. This does make me think of there is a player I would also consider here. I'm probably going to take Melvin Gordon, but the one player I would consider, I think everyone should be, Travis Etienne is the guy I want to look up. So I'm going to take Melvin Gordon here. See if I can't snag Travis Etienne potentially in the next round, help build that running back depth. We'll take Melvin Gordon here. He's locked into that workload that we know. And we'll see if Etienne can make it to us in the next round. And he did. Got to search him again. And I'll take Travis Etienne the 6th round for my flex spot. I really, really, really like this team because I went Aaron Jones early, secured that top running back. Then we went and locked down a bunch of big-time pass catchers in Kelsey, Jones, and Edmonds. Then we're able to secure 2 pretty solid running backs, secure workloads in Melvin Gordon, and a high upside, and probably a pretty secure workload depending on where he is drafted in the upcoming draft on Thursday. But I think he'll be, a back of the first, probably early second round pick most likely, Travis Etienne. But if you get drafted in the second round pick, or the second round pick as a running back, you're going to be the starter for that team. I see him probably going to the Jets, Dolphins, Steelers, Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Steelers, Bills. There's another team in there I can't remember. Falcons could take him. A lot of teams are potentially interested in Travis Etienne. Okay, so Cortland Sutton, Will Fuller, both still out there as far as receivers goes. Chase Edmonds for running backs. Jalen Hurts. I am going to take Chase Edmonds just because I feel like he's the last solid depth piece here. Get a solid bench back, and we'll see who I can get in the next round. Okay, Ryan Tannehill still available. Do like the rushing upside that he provides over guys like Brady and Stafford, but I do like Brady and Stafford a lot, so I can just wait and snag one of them if worst comes to worst. Receiver options have really thinned out. I do think Davonte Parker could have somewhat of a bounce back season. Not super excited about him though. Let's see. You know what? I will take Davonte Parker here just to get a nice wide receiver. What's his face? Will Fuller's going to be suspended for the first 2 games of the season, so maybe for Parker to get off to a hot start, even though I probably won't be playing him those weeks. I can trade him, do something else with him. All right, we got Cole Beasley still available. That's who I'm going to take. I'm going to draft Cole Beasley, second team All-Pro last year for us, way too far in drafts. Solid receiver option, the guy, because I feel comfortable starting every week, even more so than Davonte Parker. Doesn't have the same upside maybe as Davonte Parker, but has a much, much higher floor, much safer player. I'm somewhat tempted to take A.J. Dillon here. What is it, round 11, round 10? A little probably too early for me to be taking a handcuff, but with Aaron Jones' injury history, he's missed multiple games the last 2 seasons. Wouldn't be the dumbest thing to do, I think, to snag A.J. Dillon if you're drafting Aaron Jones as well. Let's see who I'm going to pick here, though. Tannehill and Brady are both still available. You know what? I'm going to take Ryan Tannehill here, get that rushing upside that he brings. I think they're going to bring him some more weapons in during the draft. Maybe a second-round player like Elijah Moore can land there. A Rondale Moore, Rashad Bateman. They lost Corey Davis and Jonnu Smith. I expect them to bring in some more pass-catching weapons to help complement A.J. Brown. And I think that will help out Ryan Tannehill. If the teams were the way they are right now going into the season, probably not a guy I would draft ahead of Brady, though, if they don't add any more weapons. So I'm going to take Mecole Harman here. I think he has a lot of upside in that Kansas City offense, especially with Sammy Watkins gone. Potential road to becoming a starter in that offense, and if he can figure that out, I think he will be dynamite for fantasy with his speed especially. He's a guy who only needs 4 to 5 targets a week to be extremely fantasy relevant. Mike Davis in Atlanta, Rashad Penny in Seattle, Harris Campbell still available in Indy. You know what? I'm going to take Mike Davis in Atlanta just in the case they don't use a super high pick on a running back. He could potentially, be at least that 1B fiddle, maybe, to another player in that offense. So we'll take him there. I'm going to take Alexander Mattison as well. get that handcuff to Dalvin Cook, who has missed multiple games each of the last 2 seasons as well. Even if it's just a weekly play, you get a few weekly plays in there. After I took him, I'm trying to see if the player I wanted was taken. You know what? I'll take Denzel Mims. He showed some upside last season, was very limited, and they're going to get Zach Wilson, a new quarterback. Potentially see some upside for him there, so I'll take him. And then, let's see. You know what? I'll actually take Gabriel Davis from Buffalo. I think people think that he has slid down so much because of Emmanuel Sanders signing. I certainly believe that wasn't a help to him, but I think he's going to play more than people think. Might not have 7 touchdowns like he did last year, but I could see him going for 806, 906, something like that. Fairly fantasy relevant player. And if somebody comes down, he could be an absolute hoss. So let's take a look at the team. At quarterback, we have Ryan Tannehill. At running back, we've got Aaron Jones. At RB2, Melvin Gordon. Wide receiver 1, we got Julio. Wide receiver 2, we have Mike Evans. At that tight end spot, we have Travis Kelsey. In our flex, we've got Travis Etienne from Clemson. Chase Edmonds on the bench. Davonte Parker on the bench. Cole Beasley. Mecole, Harman. Mike Davis. Alexander Mattison. Denzel, Mims, and Gabriel Davis round out our bench. Honestly, really like this team. I think I was able to get a really good balance of pass catchers and running backs, especially when you take Kelsey that early. I was really happy with the running backs and wide receivers that I was able to get on the team on the starting lineup. Feel really strong about it. My depth certainly is a little bit lacking because of the Kelsey pick, but I really do like that I was able to secure Etienne in that round. Get Kelsey in the second as well. Julio in the third was a great value. Melvin Gordon the fourth, or Melvin Gordon the fifth, I believe. Mike Evans in the fourth. Just great value all over the board. This is how you draft in PPR. This is a team that I think could really win. All my backs are pass catching types. Got a rushing quarterback. Got big time receiving options. So, yeah, I really feel good about this team. If you made it to now, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to stick around for more draft content. And leave your questions or comments in the comment section down below, and I'll respond as always. This is Fantasy Joe signing off. See you guys next time.